Hey guys, this is Eric Bramlett. I am the broker owner of Bramlett Residential, and today we're going to discuss the first look market statistics for the month of October 2022 for the Austin Metro and for the city of Austin. First, we are actually not in Austin, Texas right this minute. Our leadership team and some of our top agents, we went to Las Vegas to go to a real estate tech conference, FubCon. So if the background looks different and if the audio isn't quite as great as it usually is, and if the video doesn't look as good, that's because we are not back home where our good equipment is. But let's go ahead and get started. First things first, let's talk about what wasn't necessarily that surprising, and that is that pricing is remaining strong, and we'll talk more about why that is in just a minute. What also didn't move a ton was months of inventory. So the inventory ticked up to 4 MOI from 3.7 months of inventory in September to October. We are still in what's considered a balanced market, but it doesn't really feel that way. That's because the direction the market is moving and the decreased demand. Withdrawn and expired listings, which sometimes we consider those failed sellers, people that tried to sell and they weren't able to, went up pretty considerably. So they more than tripled in the metro and they almost tripled in the city. So when sellers are unable to sell at the price they would like, most sellers simply pull from the market. And that's why we haven't seen pricing move very much, but we have seen withdrawn and expired listings move. What that does to inventory is it doesn't change it a whole lot. And when we look at this number right here, the net new listings, that's why. Whenever you look at the number of new listings that are hitting the market, and then you subtract the total sales and then you subtract the withdrawn and expired, you'll see that we actually saw negative 289 new listings in the month of October. And again, that's the dynamic that causes prices not to move a whole lot, even though we are in a real estate recession. This is a concept of forced sellers. Whenever sellers are forced to sell, they have no other option. They will take significant price cuts. That's what you saw in 2008, but we don't see a ton of forced sellers in the market right now, and that's why we aren't seeing pricing move a ton. Important to remember what we are comparing October of 2022 against, and that's the strongest market in Austin's history. So Mike Del Prete, which he's a scholar out of UC Boulder that studies real estate market and real estate tech. He's incredibly smart. He published an article in the middle of the month, said 2021 is an outlier, not a benchmark. And what he means by that is the number of U.S. existing home sales just rocketed up in 2020 and 2021. And then it looks like we're going to finish the year below the historical average. We saw the market shift pretty considerably about halfway through the year. So we're probably going to see 2023 even lower than 2022 because, again, we're in a real estate recession. So if you're a buyer, what this means for you is that you have a lot of leverage. You have more leverage than any buyers have had in the city of Austin, in Austin or the metro, since the last recession. It's still a good time to buy if you need a house, right? Mortgage rates are high, no question about that, but pricing has come down from the peak in May, and we are seeing sellers take more concessions, so take advantage of that. You can always refi your mortgage later on. Lots of buyers are in wait and see mode, and that's also completely fine. You will have more clarity on the economy here in hopefully 3 months. Certainly in the next 6 months, we'll know more about the direction the economy is going and when we'll pull out of this recession. If you're a seller, right this minute, if you are not under duress, we recommend that you pull your property off the market over the holidays and you relist it in the spring. And we've always given that advice, almost always. The reason for that is that we see seasonal declines every single year, and we see those seasonal declines over the holidays because of human behavior. Buyers are not in the market. Buyers are spending time with their families, buying gifts, going on vacations, and we can show you the numbers. We can show you that statistically this happens. It's not just a gut feeling, but that behavior hasn't changed. Buyers are still going to sit out over the holidays, and any buyers who are still in the market will come back in the spring. So that begs the question, what will happen in the spring? And the short answer is we don't really know. We know that there will be more buyers in the spring than there are right now, but right now there are not very many buyers in the market at all. If rates have stabilized, meaning they're not going up anymore, then the spring market will be okay. It's not going to be great, probably won't be good, but it'll be okay. We'll see some movement. If we haven't seen rates stabilize, if rates are still going up, every month or two, it'll probably be pretty slow next spring. After stability, the next thing we want to see is we want to see rates come down. We don't have to see rates come down to necessarily see more buyers enter the market, but we won't see the real estate market bounce back until rates come down. And they don't need to come back to 3 or anything like that. If we see rates get below 6, then you're going to see a lot of people come back into the market. All this said, with the understanding that real estate is hyper situational, hyper local, and your situation is likely unique. So if you would like to discuss your situation, please reach out to us. We'd love to chat with you about it. We'd love to help you strategize how you can best buy a house or sell a house. Again, Eric Bramlett. This is the October 2022 First Look Market Statistics, and thank you guys very much for watching.